I'll move on now to the general situation and the number of cases that we have for today. We have, for today, new confirmed case as 586, as you can see on screen now on the left blue box, 586 new confirmed cases for today. The total number of active cases that we have is 7,234, meaning those who are still under treatment. And there are no new fatalities, making the cumulative number of fatalities in Thailand remaining at 79. Now, I'll just go a bit further into the number that you see on screen, 586 confirmed cases for today. Because there's actually a variety of ways that we can present the information to you for your understanding. So 586 cases per day. If we are to dissect that a bit, out of that number, 573 are from local transmission and 13 are from those who have traveled back from abroad. So 573 from local within Thailand and 13 from those flying in from abroad. 573 plus 13 is 586. Now 573 local in-country. If we talk about the location-wise, 95% of that number are actually found from Samut Sakhon, and around 3% from Bangkok, and the remaining percents from other provinces. In Bangkok, the percentage has increased slightly, as I mentioned about the lowering of guard in Bangkok. So 573 plus 13, that's 586 as you see on screen. Now, another way to present this information, 586, is not from where they were found, but not from the location or province where they were found, but from how they were found. So 586. Of that number, 526 cases are from active case finding. 47 cases were detected within hospitals and healthcare facilities, and 13 cases from overseas, as mentioned. So 526 plus 47 plus 13, that makes 586. And a bit in detail of that, I'll go into detail of that a bit. So 526 cases from active case finding, majority, of course, from Samut Sakhon, a few cases from Phetchaburi, and of course, in Sa Kaeo as well. But majority of that are from Samut Sakhon. 47 cases from within hospitals, the majority within hospitals from Samut Sakhon, 26 to be exact, 18 from hospitals found within Bangkok, and then the rest from other areas. On the 13 cases today from overseas, of course, they are sent directly into the state quarantine system. Now, as mentioned yesterday, for the hospitals and for the healthcare facilities and the quarantine facilities, we have been using the bubble and seal strategy. And we have been having meetings with the Disease Control Committee of Samut Sakhon Province to follow up on the situation. It might be, I might be able to say that actually if we are able to solve the situation in Samut Sakhon or eradicate COVID from Samut Sakhon, we're actually solving the problem for the whole country, for the whole nation. And you can see that from the active case finding in Samut Sakhon and some at-risk districts in Bangkok, those continue. Just to reassure you that the Health Ministry continues to monitor and advise various business establishments to maintain the stringent disease control measures in the attempt to ensure maximum public safety. The disease control officials have analyzed actually the cause of local transmissions in Bangkok, and they have found that in many cases of local transmissions in Bangkok, they are from social gatherings and parties where people were in crowded places and did not wear face masks. Dr. Apisamai actually showed you just now a chart on some new cases found in Bangkok, which a number of them are from these types of social gatherings. Many cases were also found from social interactions at the office, where work colleagues were in close range, close interaction with each other, and did not wear a mask, or they shared utensils during meal times. So it's actually very important to not let our guard down in Bangkok and around the country as well. I mean, if you hear news or if you hear from us that we're having a lot of active new case missions, the number seems to be getting better, we're relaxing measures and the like. If you hear that from us, it does not mean that we have to put our guard down. So a poll, Dr. Pisamai mentioned about a poll that found that in Thailand, there has been starting to be more people putting their guard down, slightly putting their guard down. So just to stress that we continue to stress the importance of the basic precautionary measures on a daily basis. And we hope that we will be able to cut off the risk factors and not put our guard down as the days and weeks ahead. So additional information for the English language audience. So closure of particular venues and places for your information on business establishments, tourist destinations. For example, the closure of certain royal palaces. The Bureau of Royal Household announced the closure of various venues such as royal palaces for tours from the 1st of February 2021 as follows: the Grand Palace and Emerald Buddha, Bang Pa-in Palace, Puping Palace, and other palaces and venues. Yes, you can see that on screen for the details. Another information is that actually, as we have said quite often, some venues might be closed, but it might be the opportunity for us to visit places online, actually have a virtual tour. So just about virtual museums, and you have that on screen. You may want to visit some museums online during this time instead of going out physically, such as the National Museum in Bangkok via their website, which is seen on screen. It also includes exhibits on various regions of Thailand as well. In addition, the virtual museum website, which is virtualmuseum.finearts.go.th. This portal provides virtual tours of museums throughout the country in both Thai and in English. Moving on from culture to nature-based attractions as well, you can see coming up on screen a list showing operational status of various national parks throughout the country. Yes, right there from the Tourism Authority of Thailand, I believe. So as of the 1st of February, a total of 139 national parks have resumed under new normal operations, while 16 national parks remain closed until further notice. So I'll talk now a little bit about the Thai Red Cross Society's appeal. Last time I mentioned about blood donation. The Thai Red Cross Society is calling on recovered COVID patients, those who have already recovered, to donate their plasma. According to numerous studies, the plasma of recovered patients contain antibodies against COVID, which can be used to curb the severity of acute respiratory syndrome caused by the virus. You may recall that the underlying illnesses of people being positive with COVID, some of these underlying illnesses might be diabetes, kidney disease, kidney failure, or acute respiratory syndrome. We've reported this before. So donating plasma may contribute to curbing the severity or preventing death from acute respiratory syndrome caused by the virus. And plasma donors must be at least 17 years old, weigh at least 50 kilograms, must be in good health and have verified diagnosis of COVID, but are at that time currently fully recovered with no COVID symptoms. And donors can contact the National Blood Center, the Thai Red Cross, at the Ongri Dunang Road in Bangkok for further information and about the donation procedure as well. So just before closing today, we as we start to relax on measures in Thailand, please continue to keep our guard up. Continue to comply with restrictions and measures as implemented by each province according to the different levels of risks posed. On one precaution I'd like to mention here is about touching of surfaces which are quite risky for COVID infection. You can see from this infographic, courtesy of the Public Relations Department, it's important to remind ourselves to wash or disinfect our hands after touching common surfaces, such as handrails, door handles, public phones, phones of public use, because at the moment, of course, we don't use public phones that much. Vehicles, handrails, banknotes and coins, ATM machines, office desks, computers, shopping carts, and elevator buttons. But as if you visit malls or business establishments or banks, many of those establishments in Thailand have already very good precautionary measures, like plastic sheets to cover the elevator button, or alcohol gel, and people cleaning handrails of escalators in malls all the time, and things like that. Another last slide that we have for you is from the World Health Organization, reaching out to others and ask how you can help. Of course, yesterday and the other days, Dr. Tuwisin and myself, we mentioned about mental health during COVID, which is very important. So just like to end by reminding that there may be people in your community, in your neighborhood, who are having a more difficult time during the pandemic than others. So it's important to reach out to others in your family or community to see how you can fully assist them or be a point of consultation, be someone who would listen to them. Because many people who feel that they are depressed or that they have less fortunate than yourselves, they're out there. And actually the COVID situation compounds to that feeling. It adds up to that feeling. So an act of kindness takes actually little time and no money, or no time and no money at all. It just comes from the heart if we want to care for our friends and neighbors. And we here at the CCFSA, we're very confident that compassion will help us all to overcome this challenging time together. So ending with that note, thank you very much for your attention today. Have a very good rest of Friday and have a very good weekend ahead, and then we'll see you again tomorrow during the weekend. Sawasdee krap. Thank you.
ขอขอบพระคุณนะครับท่านณัฐพานุนพคุณรองอธิบดีกรมสารนิเทศและรองโฆษกกระทรวงการต่างประเทศครับคุณผู้ชมครับรายการที่ทำเนียบรัฐบาลในช่วงบ่ายจะพูดถึงมาตรการเยียวยาแรงงานโดยเฉพาะในระบบประกันสังคมมาตรา33นะครับที่ได้รับผลกระทบไม่แพ้กับแรงงานอื่นๆและก็รวมถึงมาตรการในการเยียวยาในช่วงโควิด -19 กับกระทรวงแรงงานพร้อมทั้งจะรับฟังเสียงแรงงานไปพร้อมกันด้วยนะครับคุณผู้ชมติดตามได้เวลา 14:00 น.และนี่คือทั้งหมดของการแถลงนะครับกลับมารับชมกันได้ทุกวันเวลา 11:30 น.วันนี้ผมธีวัชชูรัตน์พร้อมทีมงานทุกคนต้องลาไปก่อนสำหรับวันนี้สวัสดีครับ